here at the UCS Spirit National Pole Vault Summit. Phenomenal day for the reigning United States U20 champions. Obviously, that is the great Victor Olesen from St. Christopher's in Virginia. We already saw Hannah Grace. Obviously, these two so proudly represented the United States at the World U20 Championships. But now he's back doing phenomenal things on indoor runways. Great competition here today. Boys High School elite section. Awesome to see Sam Novak and Khalik Mohammed be able to level up a little bit already on January 18th. Victor, just in terms of kind of how you and family and coaching staff and support system are kind of because the season went so long for you last year, like did that kind of automatically just create more patience and allow you to give yourself more grace, like in this early part of the year, because last year was such a long schedule for you?
I mean, we definitely had to adapt. We vaulted for so long. This season, we had to focus more on building up and conditioning, lifting, that sort of thing. And then mentally I haven't really used it as an excuse. We're here to jump big bars. We're trying to clear 18 at every meet so far, and my goal is just to get that as soon as possible.
Most definitely. In terms of, and I asked Hannah the same thing, in terms of your UCS Spirit bringing out the A+ runway,
Oh, dude, that was, I think it's on the Air Force. I heard on the live stream, I moved my steps back 3 feet. I was moving down there. That was a really cool touch. I hope they do it again. Most
definitely. But I mean, whether it's a meet in Virginia or anywhere else, I mean, like, what a really special, profound runway feels like underneath you, and then obviously, when you've got to kind of, challenge yourself and give a little bit more to the run. For people that may not understand, like, just especially a guy as gifted and dynamic as you are, like, just how does that kind of fit into the overall art that you're putting together out there?
Just like the runway in general. Yeah. So obviously, pole vault is all about speed. You have to be as fast as you can at the box. And what a bouncy runway, one that'll return a lot of your energy back into you, is on your. For me, I've noticed on my first couple of steps, it'll get my chest up, my hips will be in a better position just because we get that energy return, and that just kind of sets up the jump. And obviously, when you get closer and closer to the box, you're trying to build up as much energy as possible, and if that's returned to you on a good runway, your jump's going to be better.
Most definitely. The fact that so much was achieved last year, like you said, we knew that 18 was going to be on the tip of your tongue. We know it's going to be a when and not an if, but just in terms of kind of building all the components to not only get there, but to make that the norm and not the exception. How encouraged have you been so far, just in terms of obviously older, stronger, faster, wiser? Like, just how encouraged are you about how all those aspects and little pieces to the puzzle are coming together through fall training and already now in January?
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. My coach, he's got a lot of sayings, but he says 17 to 18 aren't that far apart from each other, and he's kind of right. It's just everything I did last year, we just need to scale up, do it on some bigger poles, and it'll come.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you take away from not only the clearance at 17.6, but those last attempts here today?
Those are some solid attempts. I think doing part to the runway and the competitive nature of the meet, I got a pole PR, so that's always, going forward, that's going to make me more confident on those smaller poles, and then I can use this one again. I think today, there's a lot to focus on, right? I was on that new pole, I was focusing on, just planting in general. I had some calf cramps, but I always got calf cramps. So I think going forward, what we need to focus on is I need to be more confident on that plant so we can focus on the inversion and other aspects of the vault.
In the biggest moments last year, if I didn't know what age and what grade you were in school, I would have said your maturity level is 5 or 10 years past that. But just in terms of the familiarity of this, right? Like when you're the last man standing there, and literally everybody, not only on your pit but several others, and everybody in the stands is focused on Victor Olesen. Obviously, at the high school national meets, at the USA U20 meets, at the World U20 meets last year, like just having this captive audience, and not you're not kind of backing down from that, but really relishing it and embracing it and wanting to be a showman. Is that familiar and comfortable for you at this time in your career?
Yeah, I mean, my coach, we're under this philosophy that we don't care what others are doing, right? I came here, I tried to jump 18, didn't work out, but I'm still satisfied. We got some building blocks to go forward, but I love crowd energy. I love getting a clap. In fact, we were talking about our standards, and Val was like, all right, let's put him at 70. And I told him, all right, I'm getting a clap. And he's like, all right, we'll put him at 75. And so obviously that means I'm going to move the pole a little bit better.
Of course.
So I absolutely love crowds. I love claps. Some people see it as a little bit of pressure. I think it's just fun.
And to that point, just knowing what kind of energy and adrenaline was going to be coursing through you, with that clap. But for people that have never been to the Reno-Sparks Livestock Events Center, who have never experienced, the pole vault summit. I mean, you've been at Hayward, you've been in, international competition representing this great country. You've been at the peak of high school meets, indoor and outdoor. But for someone that hasn't experienced what the Friday night elite is and what the Saturday, elite high schools with your guys and Hannah's girls, side by side like that, how special, how meaningful are these opportunities for you, and how much do you cherish it?
I think Reno is really special, not just because the level of competition, not just because you have the elite meet here. You look around here, every single person that's putting their hands together in a clap, they're a pole vaulter. They're connected to the community in some way. I've had louder claps at bigger stadiums, but they just don't mean as much because, they're sprinters. Pole vault is a really special thing. We're all connected together, and just having them, that community participate in an event like this is really special.
Awesome, man. Well, your performances continue to be incredibly special and remarkable as well. 18 is going to be a when and not an if. Stay healthy and best of luck going forward.
All right, I appreciate you.